Anyways, we have a match to commentate. Ampora versus Mijo.
Yes.
Mijo hailing from Arlington. Ampora hailing for, I have no idea, honestly. I've never seen him on stream before.
Yep.
But he has that Marth. But he's got that Marth.
And he's flexing.
No, that's Mijo.
No, he's flexing. You'll see. You'll see the tag.
No, Mijo has the flex tag.
No, he's flexing.
No, Mijo has the flex tag.
Okay. That's fine.
You had one job. All right,
sorry.
Jab tried to go for the grab afterwards. Didn't quite work out, but that one lands and gets a forward smash as well. Ooh.
Okay, but using those up airs, that's so important. Like, generally speaking, if you are below your opponent, you're winning that position game. You want to stay right below him because not a lot of these guys can really have great options that are coming down, coming from down, up to down, right? I mean, Falco comes to mind, but if, say you're playing against Marth, now you have to fight against a disjointed hitbox, right? So it's kind of tricky. Oh, and that's rough stuff. You have to be really careful against those counters because you are literally putting it all on line saying, I'm either going to guess this right or I'm going to get punished.
Yeah, and there, you know, the one thing about that counter is what was the payoff really? The payoff was potentially get out of a bad position, but if you whiffed it, it would mean certain death.
Yep.
Ooh, but speaking of certain death, this looks like it could be the end of Mijo's stock, and indeed it is.
Yeah.
3 stocks apiece.
He was holding down, so that's why he went so horizontal.
Yeah.
But there, you see those up tilts, great movement with that wave dash, trying to move right behind him and out of those shield grab positions. Drops down, looking for that next nair. That's actually one of the better options that you have as Mario, is looking for those nairs as you're trying to go in and approach. Boom, good stuff with that.
And you'll notice something. We usually see Doc's playing, but the one thing about Mario is his aerials actually come out a little bit quicker than Doc's. Nice forward smash there by Mijo as well to confirm. And he's up an entire stock right now.
Yes.
Right now it seems like Ampora's just having a hard time really getting in, finding his options.
Okay. But Mijo, ooh, good stuff with the down smash. So that's what you can expect a lot of, is jab to down smash or jab into a certain option with
And
Marth.
remember, you mentioned earlier you bet a lot with those counters, and that counter actually cost him yet another stock. Ampora down to just 1. That F smash is almost going to be enough, just pixels away from that blast zone. But in the end,
Mijo, he could have just grabbed onto the ledge.
I think he maybe just did that wave.
He tried to wave dash onto the platform.
It was more like an air dodge onto the platform, right? But he didn't angle it correctly, and he went straight. Misjudged his height, really.
Okay. See if he's going to come back in. Good dash attack. Dash attack is pretty long on the recovery, so you have to be very careful and use it sparingly. But that up tilt can also lead to a lot of potential aerial combos. Wow, the spot dodges.
And that's one thing. Ampora he's swinging a lot, right? He's playing with a lot of committal options.
Right.
And that's really opened him up and led Mijo get in there and make the most of those opportunities. And he's done a good job. One thing I will give Mijo props for, he played great the entire game, but he did a really good job of playing patiently.
Yeah.
You saw Ampora throwing out those counters, and Mijo didn't really fall into them.
Yep.
He would wait. He would just hold his ground, have the opportunity come to him, capitalize.
And one of the things that really needs to be demonstrated is patience. Patience comes from not waiting necessarily for your opponent, but knowing the moments to press the right button, right? You have to have that wisdom and that understanding of your opponent. That means you don't necessarily need to be pressing buttons for the sake of pressing buttons. You need to be pressing the right buttons at the right time. And sometimes there needs to be a lack of buttons being pressed as well. Try to use that up tilt to try to use it for that anti-air purpose, since it's that long sweeping hitbox. But that's actually that's not necessarily the best option that you always want to go for, is that up smash. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to capitalize off of that. Up tilt? No, forward tilt. Good choice.
Yeah, pushing him off of the stage. And remember, this does have a higher ceiling as well.
Granted, yes. But once you get to kind of those triple digits and you're already at the top of the stage as far as platforms go, it becomes a little bit more viable.
It's true.
Let's see.
True. This is going to be really difficult. The one thing about Marth is he really, I feel, succeeds at those lower percentages. That being said, we're seeing how Ampora plays. He's not afraid to swing the sword. You know,
of course.
He's not afraid to make those to really commit to make those conversions if he has to. Whereas a lot more Marth players, I feel, are more combo oriented, and we're not seeing too much of that from Ampora.
You're definitely right about that, and it comes down to good spacing. Like I want to see more grabs out of this man, because it seems like he's been really abusing that disjointed hitbox. But unfortunately, I think there was a chance he could have come back there.
Yeah, he didn't have the best DI, really.
Yeah.
It really hurt him in the long run.
Oh, some whiffed attacks here.
But that was interesting. He used the side V, and it actually avoided Mijo's back air.
Yeah.
That does stall you just a little bit. No L cancel means that he wasn't ready in time to land the punish that he was hoping to. It's looking a little rough for Ampora.
Good punish.
Oh!
Two good punishes. That's going to be the stock.
Great stuff. Ampora hanging in there.
Yes, smart stuff. Up tilt. Yep, there it is, and that's exactly what Mijo saw. That's where that spot dodge coming in. I like the mentality that Mijo has right now.
What is it?
Which is looking for Ampora. Once he gets his feet on the ground, he's looking for those counter hits because you're seeing Ampora is really getting C-stick heavy.
Oh,
He's whiffing those smash attacks. And he's going to crouch cancel, look for those opportunities, and try to just take his time, play patient, and get right underneath his opponent.
Yeah, you're right. Remember, Marth, while his attacks come out quickly, they do have that end leg on them that makes them pretty committal. And the way that Miho is playing is really nice to counter that.
Yep.
Ooh. I'll try to get that forward smash instead. Gets the grab. If he had backed up maybe a little bit, his sword would have been at the right arc to get the tipper. Instead, he gets F-smashed by Miho, and Ampora is down to just one.
Actually, what's interesting is that Dare is good at contesting Mario's up tilt. If he gets in close enough early, it can stuff it out. So you have to be really careful about it. Good grab, down throw. No. Good stuff. Attacking away.
Ooh. Sends him flying. Maybe he'll be able to make it back. Does use the tornado, and he has a jump.
Oh,
Smart stuff.
sick!
Really smart. Remember, you're not invulnerable forever on that edge, and Miho capitalized on that perfectly. Ooh.
Good stuff.
Really good stuff. I like the fireball setup at the end there to set up for that
just enough
F-smash.
hit stun and then just follow it up.
Right.
That was really sick.
Really good stuff there from Miho. He played a very nice counter hit game, recognizing that Ampora was very aggressive in that game.
Yep.
And it worked out really nicely for him. But Ampora, good stuff too. Good stuff too. Please keep coming out.
I mean, Ampora, when you watch this, I guess the best thing that I would want to point out to you is be a bit more mindful about the attacks that you're putting out there and realize that every button has a consequence.
Oh, yeah.